Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I have a guest. It's my husband, Doug.
It's me.
So today I've asked Doug to join me. I was going to continue my Aging Woman series. I'm doing an Aging Woman series. And so I've asked him to come talk with me about aging couples. About, couples that have been married a long time. Now, we have been married.
I know some of them.
Yes. We haven't been married super long, and we're not super
30
old.
30 years.
Super old, but we've been married 30. We've been married 30 years, and we're a little bit older than middle age. So I thought we would discuss that. Let me give you our background. It's mine and Doug, both of our second marriage. Doug was married briefly. I was married 13 years the first time. And when we got married, I had a 10-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son. So Doug was still in his 20s and I was already in my 30s. So Doug is just a little bit younger than me. So that is our background. And
Jen.
you wish. So that is our background. So I'm going to ask you, I have not told him anything that I was wanting to talk about. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Are we too low? I guess we're okay. Too high? Okay. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. And I want you to answer honestly. This is our time to be honest about our marriage, about your feelings, about things that we've gone through.
On TV.
It's not TV. There's not many people watch. It's fine.
Let's not do that on YouTube.
It's not many people watch, so don't worry about it. And so I think we should be honest.
Okay.
It's okay. The dog's digging. We need to get him up here.
He's all right.
Okay, so when we got married, I had a 10-year-old daughter and a 6-year-old son. You were 28, and I had become your secretary. So when we got married, we worked together. So the obvious question to me is, you had never had children before. How hard was it to take on this woman with a 10-year-old and a 6-year-old? Honestly, I want you to be honest.
It wasn't too hard.
You don't think that we had lots of struggles and...
Well.
What was the hardest thing about it? Did you distance yourself? Is that why it wasn't too hard? Because sometimes I felt like you did.
Well, I just did what you told me to. Just not to make waves.
You did? Were there things that you wanted to do that you didn't feel comfortable doing?
Oh, no, not really.
Okay, so if they had been your birth children, if they had been your own children instead of your stepchildren, would you have done things differently, raised them differently?
Maybe a little bit, but nothing big.
Okay. So the next thing that someone asked me if I would discuss with you was sickness. Now, I have been sick quite a bit during our marriage, and this makes me want to cry.
Oh.
Because there have been so many times that you have rushed me to the emergency room, you've rushed me up to Knoxville, you've had to sit in waiting rooms, several surgeries, you've had to help me upstairs, you've had to help me take baths, you've had to help me wash my hair, you've had to help me do so much, and I have spent so much of your money on medical stuff and expensive medications. You've had to give me shots in the stomach. You've had to give me shots in my thighs where I screamed bloody murder. So, I mean, that has just been tremendously hard on our marriage, I think.
No, it hasn't.
It hasn't? I just think it's just been one of the worst things. I mean, you just don't know the guilt I feel.
I know.
You don't know the guilt I feel of a drain I've been on you.
No.
It hasn't been a drain on you?
Well, no. It was just something we needed to do.
What about going to the emergency room in the middle of the night? What about me saying, okay, Doug, I got to go to the emergency room, get fluids. I'm dehydrated now.
No, I just take something to read.
That wasn't hard on you?
No.
Did you ever worry?
Yeah. I don't have any trauma. I just knew they'd take care of it. You had good surgeons. So just get you there. Take something to read.
Did you not ever resent me for all the money I had to spend on medications and stuff?
No, we had insurance.
We had crappy insurance.
No, it was good insurance.
We had $5,500 deductibles and stuff that we had to meet.
Yeah, but
And trying to, raise these kids and having your own business and stuff. It was hard.
I think your guilt made it hard, but it didn't bother me.
It didn't?
Uh-uh.
See, I always was afraid to ask you about it because I was afraid it was just so traumatic for you that, I didn't know why you'd put up with me.
Well, I don't know why you feel that way.
You don't?
No. Well, no, you're always good to me. I didn't see any need to worry about it,
Even though it was
Just part of
draining you,
it.
you're financially
Weren't.
dry.
You didn't drain me.
Some of those medications and the shots and stuff were so expensive.
Well, you never spend a lot of money on clothes and purses, and you don't like to go shopping, so.
I love to shop, Kristen. I shop once a month.
Well, you never have liked to. You've never been a shopper.
Oh, bless your heart. I just never felt like I could contribute as much as you needed to have, contributed.
That's just your guilt.
I have a lot of guilt. What have you learned is the most important thing to keep people together, to keep you from getting divorced?
Just be committed to the marriage and be nice to each other, be courteous, and go apply the golden rule. And I think we do that.
How do we deal with anger? You and I. Do we deal with it very well, or?
I think so. I'm never angry.
You have gotten angry at me. You've gotten real angry with me before, but yours is a tendency to walk out, to leave.
Yeah.
I guess to keep from screaming at me or whatever.
Yeah, just cool off
Yeah,
or say something.
that you would regret. Yeah. I feel like the pressures of when the kids were young were greater than they are now.
Mm-hmm.
Of anger issues and stuff like that, or of just being frustrated and worrying about things so much.
Yeah, you used to worry a lot.
Well, I still do, but I'm trying to do better. I've always been really, really happy, overall though. Really, I've worried a lot. Even when I was sick, I was really happy. Just happy in our marriage, and I felt guilt, but but that didn't mean that I didn't feel really happy.
You used to be a big worrier, a bit more than you are now.
Yeah. I think I just had such a guilt and such a responsibility of being a divorced woman with children. I had that guilt, and then the guilt of bringing a man into the marriage. That was hard. That was hard because, I think the kids felt they didn't know how to take, when a man entered their lives and stuff like that, and it was very difficult.
Well, I tried not to be bossy to them or make them resentful. I didn't
Yeah.
ever try to replace their dad.
No.
He was a good guy, and
Oh yeah.
I wanted them to, know he was their dad.
Yeah. Did you ever resent that? That you that
No,
you
I
had
wanted
to?
it that way because, he was a good dad, so
Yeah.
I didn't want to come between them in any way.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, I think. And he was always in our lives. I mean, he spent holidays with us. He spent Christmases and birthdays, and he was always, he and his wife and child were always a part of our lives.
I didn't want him to feel like I was trying to come between him and them, so.
The sweetest thing that you did
That was so many.
on my son's 18th birthday, you and my son and his father all sat on the back porch and had a cigar together, which I thought, it was like celebrating his coming of age, and he did it with the two men in his life, and I thought that was a really good thing. That was a wonderful thing you did for my son, and I appreciate it. A wonderful thing you did for my daughter was she was always really, really smart. She was valedictorian and stuff, and sometimes that can translate into maybe not having as many boyfriends as she would have liked to have had. She would have a crush on a boy, and so she always, felt like maybe the boys didn't like her or something. And so I remember one night she was crying, and you went in there and you told her how much you respected women, that this was just a temporary phase in her life, and when she got older, that men would respect her for being so smart and would be attracted to her for being so smart, and that you really, really admired intelligence most of all in a woman. And you know, that really made a difference to her.
I hope so.
It did. She was able to get over, you know, boyfriends and, you know, and then of course, you know, then everything turned out like you said. You know, she had lots of boyfriends as she got older, but that really meant a lot. Those two things to me really meant a whole lot. What's the best way to keep the spark alive?
Well, just follow the golden rule and try not to be gross.
Because we've been together, you know. We've been
Keep
together.
a little mystery.
Keep a little mystery.
Don't pass gas in front of each other.
Don't
let them go in the bathroom.
We've never seen each other go to the bathroom.
No.
We do keep mystery alive, but
Yeah.
I do have to say that, and I tell you this all the time, that, you know, I just think you're just, you know, just still the sexiest guy I've ever seen. So even now, I mean, I'm just as attracted to you now as I was when I first married you.
That's very perceptive. I like that in a woman.
But I think that matters. I mean, even as we get older, I mean, I think a lot of people think that dies or goes
Well,
away
you
or
don't-
something. Or,
Yeah, don't. You just,
but I think you can nurture it.
yeah. Yeah. Like, we never badmouth each other or
Yeah.
say, compare each other to someone else.
No.
Like, why can't you be more like so-and-so or,
Keanu, or I mean, we don't
yeah.
ever say that.
I can't act dumb like that.
I'm teasing. You know, I'm just teasing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even say that. What do you think our strengths are in our marriage, and what do you think our weaknesses are?
Well, we're good to each other. We're kind to each other.
Yeah.
And try to do nice things for each other.
What do you think our weaknesses are?
And we appreciate it when the other does that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know of any weaknesses. I might have some. Why don't you share that?
I know I
Be
have lots of
honest.
them. What keeps a marriage together long term? I do think you have to have things to look forward to too in a marriage,
Yeah.
and that doesn't die as you get older too. I think, even if it's just small trips, like to us going up to the mountains in the fall. You know, that gives us something to look forward to. Our trips to England, we used to take them about every 5 years, and we plan, and that gives us something to look forward to. Because, you know, just because your kids are grown, the worries don't stop, do they? Not really.
Not for you.
No, not really. And then you've got grandkids come along that maybe have special things going on in their lives too, and the older they get, and so it's like a new cycle begins, and you have to, you know, nurture what you have, or you just end up.
Well, it's important to have a short memory. You know, to
Oh, I see what you mean.
see, I forget bad stuff you've done or something that made me mad. I'll forget about it.
Do you really?
Yeah. I don't know what. I can't remember anything like that. You remember yeah, you remember all of them, don't you?
What keeps people in love? I've seen so many older people that just bicker all the time.
Yeah. Like Dawn and Pete.
It's a Gavin and Stacey reference.
Yeah.
No, but
If you haven't seen that, you need to watch it. It's really good.
Gavin and Stacey, yeah. Well, that's one thing we like to do, is we like to watch our favorite TV shows at night too. Okay, as they get older, why do you think some couples bicker all the time? I've seen it
They just
so
don't
many
like
times.
each other anymore.
And
But you make it easy because you make me feel good about myself.
really, well,
Yeah.
you always make me feel good. You're always telling me, complimenting me, and I'm always complimenting him too. Maybe that's a big thing.
Yeah. I think
Is to compliment each other.
I always think of nice things to say to each other.
Yeah. I mean-
Probably marital counselors probably say at the end of every day, say something
Yeah.
nice about the other person that you saw them do that day or did something. And no, we hadn't done that, but
Well, we do it all through the day, don't
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do I come up to you and just say, you're the hottest thing I've ever seen?
Yeah. I don't believe you, but at
It's true.
least you're
No.
not telling me I'm fat.
Well, no, you're not. You're perfect.
See?
Perfect. You know, to me, you're perfect. But yeah, I really want to. It's really important to me to always avoid that pitfall of having. And I think what happens is so many people as they get older get disappointed in life too, and they get disappointed maybe in where they are in life and stuff, and they take it out on each other. And also, people can become so wrapped up in their children that when their children leave, there's nothing left. And
Yeah, and they're all ungrateful, so
the
shouldn't
kids,
do that.
the kids, they're not ungrateful. My kids are grateful.
In general, I mean.
But don't you think that there needs to be something left of the two of you? Did we do that?
Yeah.
I think we did. I mean, for one thing, you know, their father would take them like on the weekends and stuff, so we would have that time to nurture our marriage, and you know, so I guess, you know, it's important to try to get babysitters and things like that. But I did always have a horror of our marriage going like some older marriages that I've seen. It's like they just are waiting, staying together and waiting to die. Where do you see us being in 10 years?
Well, retired.
You think you'll retire within 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly. I might keep a little finger in it, but I was hoping we'd get a motorhome or something and travel around a lot.
Would you like to travel around the country?
Yeah. Go to the beach.
Go to someplace cold?
And then the beach.
And someplace cold. I'm not a beach girl.
You are. You do good at the beach.
Well, because I love you and I try, so.
We have mojitos and swim.
One thing I did when we first got married is I became a University of Tennessee football fan because it was so important to you. And, you know, I really wanted this marriage to work. And so I thought, well, that would be a nice thing, you know, to do, to be a fan. And now I'm a worse fan than you. I cry when they lose, and, you know, I'm just a more avid fan than you are even. I just worry and wear the right panties and bras that's going to bring them good luck. And
I gave up on it.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So I hope this was kind of fun. Wasn't too boring. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. We both really appreciate it. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week. Bye.
Bye.